Hey, pals. First of all, oh my god. I mean, who'd have thought I would have gone from 100 subscribers to 2,000 off of just one video? I mean, I was expecting that goal to be like my anime character arc for the season, but you guys got me there in one video, so I mean, first of all, thank you. It's crazy, man. If you would have told me that Ned Fulmer's downfall would be the reason that my channel grows, I wouldn't have believed you. Also, I probably would have asked if you wanted to see me do a sick yo-yo trick. I had a yo-yo thing back then. Get this video to 500 likes if you want to see me do my yo-yo thing. Anyways, now that I have subscribers who aren't my friends and family, hi guys, nice to meet you all. Thank you for being here. And because you subscribed, you officially get the Randy seal of approval, which means that you're legally better than everybody else. Also, fun fact, it gets you a 40% discount at Macy's. Anyway, since that Try Guys SNL drama videos are most of you guys came from, I'm gonna move away from drama for this video. I think we've had enough of it. It's exhausting. Instead, let's watch a fun little movie called Bigfoot. It's a movie about a big old foot. Just kidding. It's actually a TV movie that came out on the Sci-Fi Channel in 2012, and it is weird. And the thing is, like it had all the ambition of like a AAA action movie, but it had the budget of a student film from a community college. So as you guys will see, the visual effects in this movie they're really bad. Also, if you look at the movie poster, you might notice this little piece right here. Yeah, Alice Cooper is in this movie. For those of you who don't recognize his name, you might recognize his face. And I'll admit, you know, I'm not a huge fan of Alice Cooper. I'm just not into that type of music. But isn't he like a big deal in the rock world? Because that's what I thought, which is why it's so weird to me that he's in this movie. My theory is that someone had like career-ending dirt on him, because there is no way he was doing this movie just for the money. No way. But anyways, enough chatter. It's about time we sit back, grab a snack, and a nice little Betty, and watch the iconic Bigfoot. So this movie's set in Deadwood, South Dakota, and you might actually notice they're using a lot of stock footage in the intro to this movie. Yeah, they do that a lot. So if you want to play a fun little drinking game, I'd say gather up some buddies, watch the movie, and like take a shot or something every time a stock footage clip comes up. Actually, you know what? Don't do that, because you might legitimately get alcohol poisoning. Anyways, there's this like 80s themed music festival that's gonna be going on in town. It's supposed to be like a really big deal, you know, it's a huge event. It's gonna be huge for the town, like really put the town on the map, right? And this festival is being put on by a radio host named Harley Henderson.
The one, the only, Harley Henderson.
And Harley's kind of like our antagonist of the movie. He's just super arrogant. He only thinks for himself. He's just a no bueno dude. Thumbs down. Thumbs down on Harley. So Harley goes to like the festival site to kind of check on the construction for this event, because this festival is going to be so big that apparently they need to bulldoze 50 acres of forest.
We're gonna need all sorts of different trailers, which means we got 2 days to clear all those trees over there.
So, yeah, that's a lot of trees they're gonna have to get rid of. R.I.P. the Groots. All of a sudden, these like tree lover people just kind of run out of the woods and they chain themselves to the machinery. And this is when we meet our protagonist, Simon Quinn. Now, Simon Quinn is supposed to be one of those people who are like obsessed with nature and preserving wildlife, but he is a weird character. Like, he almost feels like a cult leader, because all of his like followers are exclusively women in their 20s and 30s, and he has like a thing with this girl Priya, despite the fact that he's got to be at least 55. Anyways, here we learn that Simon and Harley have some history.
This is a national forest, Harley. You can't just take this land for your festival.
You really believe that we're living in the 80s? It's sad, man. But she's hot. Hey there, cuteness. Did Simon tell you that he was a big rock star a few years ago? Is that why you two are, well, whatever? Because really, I was the creative force behind that.
Jesus, Simon, my God. This literally happens like 20 seconds after they start talking. So the cops get called on Simon and his little culties. And then we get introduced to our side characters, Wally and Becky. And they're like the only two law enforcement in like the whole town. So God forbid there's more than 2 crimes happening at once. We also meet the mayor. And the mayor is pretty much like Harley version 2. Throughout the movie, he pretty much does whatever Harley tells him to do. And I don't know why, because he's the mayor and Harley is a radio host, but he does, and it leads to him making some pretty stupid decisions. So at this point, things start to get a little rowdy.
You got your mother's eyes.
Harley keeps on bringing up Simon's mom throughout the movie, so make sure you remember that because it's gonna come back later. So Becky breaks up the commotion, and then Simon ends up getting arrested while Harley gets the permits he needs to continue bulldozing. Okay, so now it's later in the day, and this is when we get our first action-packed Bigfoot sequence. Here we go. This is the Bigfoot, the terrifying, menacing monster that terrorizes the town throughout this movie. This is him, all right? So let's see our boy. Yeah. That's the Bigfoot. Now, I don't know if you guys can tell because you can't really notice unless you're like looking for it, but the Bigfoot in this movie, completely 100% CG. That is not a real Bigfoot, as much as it might look like one. And you know what? These action sequences are so good that I'm just gonna play them and let you experience them for yourself. Yikes. So the thing I don't get about this attack is that it never gets mentioned or like revealed to anyone. Because later on, Harley and his co-host, they find like a Bigfoot print in the ground, but Harley thinks it's like a prank that they're pulling. He doesn't think that Bigfoot is real.
Well, you don't seriously believe... It's a prank. It's a joke. It's a bit. We do it on the radio show all the time. You've heard it.
Despite the fact that Bigfoot killed his whole construction crew. But anyways, now Harley meets up with Simon because he's trying to make a truce to get Simon to stop like protesting against the festival and stuff.
I got it. Sing. Sing at the festival solo, Simon. Yeah, that's it. You right up there on stage, stand your ground, make your point in front of thousands of people. And when the festival is over, we'll plant 1,000 trees in your honor. What do you say?
So you know what, seems like a pretty reasonable agreement. Simon's gonna sing in the concert and they're gonna plant 1,000 trees in his name. Perfect, awesome, sounds good. So I guess all we have to do is kind of wait for this huge, bigger than life festival to happen, so. Wait, hold on. This is the festival. This is the festival that needed 50 acres of land. To give you guys reference, a football field is 1.3 acres long. You're telling me they needed approximately 37 football fields of land for this. Look at the audience. There's like 50 people there. Look how crappy the stage is, dude. Like, this is what I'm talking about. When it comes to movies, you have to write to your budget. Like, if you're not gonna be able to replicate a festival looking environment, don't put it into your script. And this is just one of the many instances where they just write completely out of their budget. And you'll see more of this later on. But for now, Simon gets on stage and he starts singing like this really slow song about how we have to protect nature and all that crap. And everybody hates it, except for his little culties in the front. They end up kicking him off before he even finishes his song. And now it's time for the fun part. It's time for the moment we've all been waiting for. My boy Alice is about to get up on stage. Let's go.
This is Deadwood, right?
So Alice gets up on stage and starts doing his Alice thing, but the music is so loud that it disturbs Bigfoot. So now it looks like Bigfoot is coming to stir up a little bit of trouble. Guys, if you just look up, like literally just 3 degrees, just look up real quick. So as you can imagine, Bigfoot pretty much kills everyone on sight, including my boy Alice.
Come on!
And it's so funny to me that he was like a selling point for this movie. You know, his name was on the poster. He was in the trailer for this movie and he was literally on screen for like 1 minute and 38 seconds. So 3 days go by and you know, the festival, it was a complete disaster. Lots of people died. It was a horrible tragedy. You just gotta think that Harley feels terrible that this happened at his event, especially since he had evidence of Bigfoot's existence and just ignored it. The town ended up calling the National Guard, so like security is up, people are mourning. It's a bad situation. So let's hear what Harley has to say about this.
Man, can I put on a show or what? And some whack job had the nerve to call me this morning wanting his money back?
So let me get this straight. There was a catastrophic monster attack at your event and you don't care? Harley has to be like a complete sociopath. That is not normal human behavior. Like, I would just love to hear the conversation between Harley and that fan that wanted his money back. Hi, Harley. I didn't want to have to call you. I know you're probably going through a lot, but I was just calling because my dad died in the festival, and I was just wondering if it was possible that we can get, a refund for our tickets at least, because he's the one who made all the money in the house. Now we're kind of falling behind on bills. My mom's gonna have to pick up 3 jobs, so I was just wondering if you could help out anyway. That would...
Man, can I put on a show or what?
So now there's this whole Save Bigfoot movement going on since the National Guard is here to kill him. And cult leader Simon makes a statement on the news about the situation. So let's hear what Simon has to say.
In times of tragedy, it's natural to be angry. It's tempting to vent that anger at Bigfoot. But ask yourself this: how would you feel if someone came in and bulldozed your living room and set up loudspeakers on your front lawn?
I would have to kill them, yeah.
But it's not too late to make things right. If we respect Bigfoot, he'll respect us.
Not gonna lie to you, Simon. Gonna have to call cap on that one. Because Bigfoot just kind of kills anything, whether you're respecting him or not. Because in this scene, this lovely couple, they were just driving down the road. They were just trying to figure something out with the GPS. And then Bigfoot comes out and completely massacres them. Just because, I guess. So like throughout the movie, Simon is pretty much looking to like protect Bigfoot and stuff. But I'm gonna be honest here. I think they should just kill him. Gonna be honest, Bigfoot should die. Because he doesn't seem like the type of animal you just live harmoniously with. I mean, listen to the precautions Simon wants the town to take in efforts to not disturb Bigfoot.
Keep your noisy four-wheelers and dirt bikes out of the forest. Turn out all lights at night.
Excuse me? Turn off all the lights at night? And I love how as he's saying that, they're showing B-roll of like street lights and stoplights and car lights. So pretty much all lights that we need to not die at night. But yeah, Simon, I guess we'll live in pitch black darkness every night so as to not disturb your precious Bigfoot. All right, so now we really get to see the inner operations of Simon's cult in this scene. And we meet one of his new recruits, Sue Ann.
So, Simone, I understand you're majoring in biology?
It's Sue Ann. Yes, I'm determined to finish this time. Really, Mr. Quinn, thank you for giving me the opportunity to be a part of your cause.
Well, it's my pleasure.
This is so weird. Like, why does Simon live in the woods with these women? Why is this not like more talked about? Like, how did these women get into this situation? Why do they follow him so blindly? It has to be a sexual thing. It has to be. Like, I don't know who wrote this movie, but the fact that this is supposed to be seen as like normal is very telling. Kind of a self-report. Anyways, they get this shipment of tranquilizer darts that they're gonna use to sedate Bigfoot with and then like move him to a reserve or something. But anyways, they start moving stuff outside and it gets revealed that someone's been spying on Simon. And we'll get to see why in a bit. But for now, let's check in on Harley. So now Harley's working with this hunter guy, Al Gurney, who's played by Walmart Giancarlo Esposito. And they're gonna try to kill Bigfoot. And obviously it doesn't work out. But I just wanted to show you guys the stupidest death in this whole movie.
Cooper, watch your 12! I don't see anything. But he's moving fast.
I'm done. Video's over. Okay, now back to Simon's place. So now it's nighttime and we see that spy from earlier break in. And it turns out he works for Harley and he steals the tranquilizer darts. Now, why does Harley want these darts? I'll give you a couple seconds to guess, but I guarantee you, you're not gonna get it. Yeah, he wants to make like a Bigfoot theme park for the town. I know, sounds pretty dumb, right? Can you guess who signed off on it?
Oh, I like it.
Anyway, Simon heads out with some culties to try to find Bigfoot and finally sedate him. And while they're out in the woods, they run into Becky, the cop from earlier. So she basically tells them to back off because she's looking to kill Bigfoot.
Don't follow me.
Even though she only has a pistol, so I don't really know how she's gonna do that.
skin's too thick, your bullets aren't gonna work.
How do you know?
Oh, look at that. It didn't work. So now this is Simon's chance. Bigfoot is right in front of them. He's going all crazy. It's his chance to finally sedate him. So he goes to shoot him and oh no, the darts are gone. Because they were stolen. Okay, so this part gets a little crazy because Harley shows up with Al in like a helicopter looking to capture Bigfoot, and then the National Guard shows up trying to kill Bigfoot, and then he gets shot with like a tank, and there's just like a whole rampage that happens, but eventually Bigfoot escapes and everyone goes home for the day. Which brings us to the bar scene. And in this scene we get some major Harley Simon lore. So I'm just gonna shut up and let you guys watch it.
And when Bigfoot comes around, I'm gonna either bag him and cage him or stuff him and mount him.
That animal belongs in a reserve, away from people like you who want to turn him into a freak show.
Your breath stinks.
That's such a weird way to end an argument in a movie. But you know what? I think that's my favorite line of the film.
You stole my tranquilizer darts. I can't even play the guitar.
Yeah, well, I got 3 of them in my basement. And your mama knows what I can play. Oh, that's right. Did I fail to mention that I slept with his mom? It was back in the day, and man, she was hot. And
Mind if I borrow that for a second?
She had 3 daughters, but she was the hot one. Great hair. This thing with this little flip in the back. It was...
Yeah. Harley banged Simon's mom. And that's why he kept bringing her up. So we get this amazing fight scene. And then Harley and Simon get kicked out of the bar. Okay, so now Bigfoot is going on a full-on rampage. He's literally running through town, causing havoc, killing anything in sight. He's going totally bonkers. The National Guard is chasing this thing. Harley and his group of Proud Boys is chasing this thing. The sheriffs are chasing this thing. And you know what? Rightfully so. He's destroying the town. Jeez, you know, if Simon really wants to sedate him, he better have a good plan.
Okay, listen up. When we get him, form a human chain around the body.
Oh. Never mind. So now Bigfoot is chasing Becky and Walt, and they decide to light their car on fire to slow him down. And I don't really know how this would do anything, because he can just jump over the car or run around it. But as you can imagine, it doesn't work out.
Look, they know our 20. Help is coming.
You be good, Sheriff.
All right, I know this is supposed to be like sad and emotional, but that's the funniest death I've ever seen in a movie ever, including comedies. But you know what? R.I.P. Walt. He was a real one. Okay, so here's the deal. The National Guard found Bigfoot's cave, and Simon and Priya got more darts, and now they're gonna try to go to the cave to, guess what? Sedate Bigfoot. But uh-oh, here comes Harley and Al. Now Simon and Priya snuck into the cave. Let's see what Harley and Al do to get in.
I'm sorry, we can't have you near the cave right now. We're gonna need you to clear the area.
We have clearance from the Lawrence County Sheriff's Department. We're volunteers as an auxiliary detail at the behest of the sheriff. We're both hunters. You can call them yourself.
Two coming through. Two coming through?
Yeah, they just said they could walk into the cave, and then they were allowed in the cave. And this is supposed to be the National Guard? Okay, so now Simon and Priya are in the cave. Harley and Al are walking into the cave, so surely they'll see Simon and Priya, right?
I smell you. I smell you. Very close. You're very close.
Wait, hold on. You don't seriously expect me to believe that Harley and Al could not see them. It's not even like they were in like pitch black darkness. Their faces were look at Priya's face. So now they hear that Bigfoot is coming out of the cave, so they like have to run out. But I want you guys to watch this next scene and see if anything seems off to you. Okay, so let's analyze the scene, okay? Because I feel like some of you might have missed the issue here. So you're telling me they see Al, the black man, who they just let into the cave. They see him run out, and they immediately unload a clip on him. No hesitation. But as soon as Harley, the white guy, walks out, they immediately cease fire. Honestly, you know what? Probably the most realistic part of the movie. I'm not mad at it. Respect. Oh, and also Priya dies. Nice acting there, Bria. All right, so Becky's been doing some research and she finds out that Bigfoot's cave extends all the way to Mount Rushmore. So she, along with everybody else, heads over to Mount Rushmore for the big final action sequence. So Becky's with the National Guard now, and they're just looking to kill this damn Bigfoot once and for all. Yes, you can. There's literally nothing obstructing your view. All right, so here comes my boy Simon flying in on his little parachute car. And I especially love that you can see the green screen reflecting onto his face. Very nice touch. All right, so Bigfoot is climbing Mount Rushmore. Simon just landed on Mount Rushmore, and Becky just called an airstrike on Mount Rushmore.
This is Sheriff Alvarez. We need a full airstrike on the top of Mount Rushmore.
Closing in.
And look at that, my boy Harley just popped up. So it's time for the big final fight. Here we go.
It's like a family reunion. I wish your mother were here.
I'm sorry, but it's so funny seeing Simon get triggered by the mom comments.
You remember when I toured with your mom in '86?
You didn't.
I did. I played ball in the house.
Hold on. What? So Simon banged Harley's mom too? What is this obsession they have with each other's moms? I mean, they're straight up like Sigmund Freuding it right now. Also, you're telling me that Simon has had this comeback for all these years and he's just never used it? He just sat there and took all the Yo Mama jokes? That doesn't make sense to me. That doesn't track. I feel like the writer just needed something cool for Simon to say in the final fight scene, and he just came up with that. But that just invalidates their whole like beef, because the mom stuff was at the center of it. But I mean, as far as I'm concerned, they're even now. It's like the Mother Lover skit from SNL. They were just doing each other's moms a service. I don't know. I feel like they could have just talked it out, and they could have probably been good buddies. But now they're fighting to the death. So Harley falls over and Simon holds him up, classic action movie trope, and then none other than Bigfoot shows up, but he doesn't kill them for some reason. He helps them. I don't know why. But you know what? I guess I take it all back. I guess Bigfoot can be a nice animal. We should change his name from Bigfoot to Big Heart. I mean, everything seems like it's working out. I just wonder how they're going to get off of Mount Rushmore before the airstrike. Wait, what? Why is the mayor in a wheelchair?
I am deeply honored to be here today to participate in the dedication of our newest national monument, commemorating the sacrifices made by the heroes of Deadwood, 2 young men who gave their lives in order to protect and save our community from an unspeakable monster at whose hands I myself personally suffered somewhat.
What is going on? So that's it? That's the end? They just died? I have so many questions. First of all, why was Becky the one that called an airstrike for the National Guard? She's a sheriff from Deadwood, South Dakota. She wouldn't be able to do that. And if an airstrike is all it took to kill Bigfoot, why didn't they do that so much earlier? Why were Harley and Simon painted as heroes? They didn't do anything. Bigfoot still died, and it was the National Guard that killed him, not Harley and Simon. Like, are they heroes just because they died with him? Like, I don't understand. They didn't contribute anything to how the situation played out. And like, I think it's so funny how Simon didn't achieve his goal of protecting Bigfoot because Bigfoot died. Simon also died, and all of his culties died. But this was supposed to be seen as like a good, like happy ending. Cause like this was the worst possible outcome that could have happened to Simon. Literally everything that he achieved to do this whole movie didn't happen. So really, Essentially, this movie was a huge waste of time. And I don't want to keep digging into it because this video is probably super long already. I'm surprised if anyone is even still here. If you're still here, you get a second Rampage seal of approval, which gives you 80% off at Macy's. So let me just end the video. Bigfoot, what did you guys think? Did you guys love and hate it as much as I did? I hope you did. And I highly suggest that you guys watch this movie for yourselves. It's on Peacock because there were a lot of really dumb scenes that I had to cut out just for time. So please do yourself a service and watch the movie. I promise you'll have a good time. And if there are any other like really bad movies or topics you want me to talk about or like things you want to see me do, let me know in the comments below, please. But yeah, that's it for me, guys. Like and subscribe if you want to legally be better than everybody else. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Hey, yo, you watched Bigfoot. It's a movie about a Bigfoot. I already made that joke in the video. Hey, but since you're here, why don't you watch another one? There's 2 on the screen right now. Click on either one of them. I'm not really a rapper, so I'm just kind of talking on the beat. Oh yeah, make sure you like and subscribe. Okay, bye.